Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jay. I have a different setting today. I am downstairs. I have been in bed most of the day yesterday recovering. It was a very, very long weekend, and I thought, you know what? Just get ready. You might hear some sounds, and that's Ginger harassing the birds. So let me go take care of that before we do our daily bread. Gotta love it. We have 8 dogs, 4 cats, and 2 birds. We call it the Hernandez Mafia. That's Coco. And they know I'm in a new setting. They know I'm not in the office. I wanted to be down here. I want to just get some, I don't know, sometimes you just want to switch it up a little bit. I'm switching it up a little bit. So, how are you? How are you? So you might have that, or you might have a cat flying and knocking the computer across the room or the camera. So yeah, it's just, it is what it is. And we have to accept it, because you know why? They're rescued and they're loved, and they have attitude because they know they're loved. Yes. So today is, believe it or not, July 30th. We have one more day until this month is over. And we're starting a new series with also this, The Bait of Satan. That is going to be a weekly thing. I'm not going to do a daily on it. That is just going to be way too much on my platter. So I have to, there's a lot of meditation with that, meaning I don't want to rush through that. It's the learning of forgiveness, and an amazing gift you can give yourself. So that does start August 1st, and yeah, it's just going to be, it's going to be nice. It's going to be, it'll be good to read the book again. So, and that's Sophia. You know, whenever you get on the phone, everyone's quiet until this comes on. And I'm being serious. It was quiet for like 2 minutes, and it's like, what? Luna, Ginger. Can you see the? Ready for restoration. While stationed in Germany in the army, I purchased a brand new 1969 Volkswagen Beetle. The car was a beauty. Dark green interior, complemented with the brown leather interior. But as the years took their toll, stuff began to happen, including an accident that ruined the running board and destroyed one of the doors. With more imagination, I couldn't have thought my classic car was a perfect candidate of a restoration. And with more money, I could have pulled it off, but it didn't happen. Thankfully, the God of perfect vision and unlimited resources doesn't give up so easily on battered and broken people. Psalms 85 describes people who were perfect candidates for restoration, and the God who is able to restore. The setting is likely after the Israelites had returned from 70 years of exile, their punishment for rebelling against God. Looking back, we're able to see His favor, including His forgiveness. They were motivated to ask God for His help and to expect good things from Him. Whom among us doesn't occasionally feel battered, bruised, and broken? And sometimes it's because something we've done to ourselves. And sometimes it's because something we've done. Oh, I'm rereading that. And sometimes it's because something we've done to ourselves. Because the Lord is God of restoration and forgiveness, those who humbly come to Him are never without hope. With open arms, He welcomes those who turn to Him, and those who do find safety in His arms. Sophia is a female kitty. Sophia is teasing the dogs, and she teases them, and she runs back and forth, and there's barriers so they don't go into that area. So yeah, and then the cats, especially Simba, who's laying with me now, loves to surf on the running, the carpet, running carpets. He'll run and he'll slide the carpet like a flying carpet. It's hilarious. I need to get it on film. Today's reading, on the very top of it, for the Bible in the 1 year, I will have it linked below what chapters to read. But today's reading from Psalms 85. You will not reveal us again, that your people may rejoice in you. Psalms 85, 6. Number 1. Are the signs in your life that restoration is in order? What is your response to God's restoration? Yeah, I would have to agree. I had to, the file, if you like, yeah, just imagine a file cabinet opening up in my head, and it's like going through the different folders. What one of my experiences is it current? Is it just recently? Is it past? Is it way past? And I don't, sometimes I do prepare, but majority I don't prepare. So I was like, on the moment. Are there signs in your life that restoration is in order? You know what? I'm going to be really, really sincere, and I wasn't going to say anything about this, but you know what? I think everyone goes through this. Yesterday, I had a phone call from the doctor's office, physical therapy, and she wanted to confirm the appointment. And I said yes. I said I had a really rough weekend. I'm resting now. That was yesterday. You saw the video. This was later in the day. And she goes, okay, we'll see you. So I get a phone call again at 4:30 from the same individual, and says, are you canceling your appointment? And I go, I was taken back. Come on, baby girl. Oh, I don't hurt you. And I go, oh, hope you can see me. Lighting. I go, excuse me? And she goes, well, we got a text from you, and it stated that you canceled. And she was very, the tone was not the tone that was healthy. And I said, no, we communicated this morning, and I would have communicated back, but I never received a text message. And I got very angry, and I'm going to be very honest. I was very, very angry, and I think I know what it was now is being accused of something simple as it was yesterday. It really rehashed a lot of feelings. Being lied to or being accused of lying, and I really I was just taken back, and I said I was rather disappointed in them as an individual. Don't accuse me of something before you get all your facts. And I know the individual is young, and I know they're learning, but my restoration in this situation is, this is what I replied back, so you know exactly what I have stated. And their response was at 4:49. Hello, Miss Jana, it's Stacy. I apologize. I want to clarify the confusion. It's my fault. And I had responded back, and I said, Stacy, and like I said, that was this is the first text since July of 25th. I do understand on how misunderstandings go wrong. I am not perfect myself, and everyone learns from the moments like this. I am a humble lady, and I will not tolerate someone accusing me of lying. And I stated I am not happy. And I will reschedule when things are better here. And thank you for everything. Before, and I vented to Ray. I'm not going to be honest, like it all ended right there. It rehashed a lot of frustration and anger that had occurred to me in my past. And, you know, and I'm sitting here, I don't want to say preaching, but sharing with you these daily breads and how I'm human and I do have feelings and I'm not perfect. And it comes down to it where the restoration is coming in is that really would have kicked me in the gut. Really bad. I would never have had been able to text back, and I wanted to be documented. That's why we text sometimes, just for clarification, documentation. You know, yes, there's misunderstanding within text. I understand that, but I wanted them to know, and to the doctor, because I know how they run the situation is. I forgive. I'm still a little frustrated. And they don't know why I'm frustrated. Yeah, I'm being accused, but there's a history of people or being lied to or being told that I've lied. There's nothing for me to gain out of a lie. I'm going to be honest. And the only thing that you would gain out of a lie is you're going to have multiple lies over and over and over. Then you're going to forget who you said what to who and all of that. It's a messy game. It's not a fun game. So I never played that game, and for the reasoning is that I always know I'm going to face my Creator. I know there's going to be a day in 50 years where it's going to be like, you did some, what was on that day? What was that, July 29th? Yes, Lord, you're absolutely correct. So restoring me is learning to forgive, learning to understand the whole situation. Don't broadcast it all over social media. I used to do that few years back. I used to throw my situation out there. And honestly, not everyone needs to know. Just think of yourself of that old Vida bug. I love Volkswagen bugs. And think about, he needed to restore the undercage, the running boards. And he needed to restore other parts of it. And that's part of you. What within you do you need to restore? Your faith, your hope, your belief, your liking yourself. You know, one thing why I'm doing this is you to acknowledge things within your life or what you're experiencing and understand. Ginger, can you come here, please? Thank you. It comes to a point where you don't want to be all shiny. Church is for the sick. We're not perfect. And what I mean by the sick is that we're healing every single day. We're restoring. And God is the one who's buffing it out or soldering it together or putting the new rivets in or, you know, that thing. I might have a few holes in me. But you know what? Yes, frustration creeps in there and doubt creeps in there and fear and anger and the thing is you need to recognize these situations and just say stop. I'm restoring myself. What is your response to God's restoration? With God, I would not be able to be who I am today if I did not have the relationship with God. That's just me. Everyone is different. I am not here to throw this on anybody. But what I've experienced in my life, thank you, ladies. Thank you. What I've experienced in my life and what I have done in my life I'm able to speak truth in my experiences and things that have been shared with me to understand in this old car with a lot of glitter in the hair. This is what restoration, what God is doing with me. It's not the prettiest. It's not the shiniest. But I have faith and I trust in my Lord. We are blessed. Just think how blessed you are. You're able to watch this video with me today. You are blessed. Welcome home. In today's prayer it reads, Lord, help me not to ignore the signs that restoration is needed in my life. Amen. There are times I can remember, I can do this. I don't need him. He allowed that to happen. I can do this on my own. It didn't go very well. I'm going to share a story of what I did when I was a little girl. I don't remember if I was maybe 3 or 4. We lived across the street, right directly across there in Omaha. And this gentleman, him and his beautiful wife, I don't even know them, but I do remember that day. They had a 1972 Stingray convertible. Corvette. White. That was his baby. Beautiful car. Gentlemen, hold on to your... hold it in. And I just, you know, I've always loved cars. I don't know a lot about them, but I just think the beauty and the sleekness, and it's just cars are beautiful. Old cars are very, very beautiful. So this is, yeah, it's a vintage now. Then it wasn't. But anyway, I go over, and the neighborhood is a safe neighborhood. The kids ran from house to house, that kind of situation. So I ran across the street, and he was washing his Stingray, his Corvette 72, and I asked if I can help, probably, and of course, Jonna, you can help. So I grabbed an SOS pad. And you can only imagine, I kept on scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing until, I don't know if they're made of fiberglass or if it was metal, I don't know. But we lost some paint on that scrub. And the gentleman walks around and just like, Kathleen, Chuck. My parents were horrified, and of course I did things in my life as a child because we're innocent, you know. And my mother and I and I think my sister, it was a few years back, I think it was when Grandma, I don't remember when, but we went back a few years and to the old neighborhood. And I never really, I heard stories, but I really couldn't remember, if that makes sense. When you're little, you're told things that you've been told. So he said, I want to show you something, Jonna, to this man in his home years. And I go, okay. So I walk out into his garage, and guess what's sitting out there? That 1972 Corvette Stingray, white. And he walked me around and he goes, do you see that spot? And I didn't see his spot. He goes, nope, it's fixed. But I do still have the memory. And it's just like, oh, I'm so sorry. He goes, no, it was a beautiful moment. You were trying. So sometimes we think we're doing something good, but he still had restored that car. In that time in my life, I was going through a nasty situation, and God was restoring me. So it was very symbolic and very ironic in that situation. So, yeah, sometimes our outside shell gets a little rough. But to get that shine and that beauty and that glory, you need to have a relationship and restore. Because we just don't know who's been using the SOS pad on somebody else. We just don't know. Yeah, what a memory. Don't give me SOS next to a car. I'm just joking. But anyway, thank you for coming by. Thank you for your patience. And we'll see you tomorrow. And like I always end my videos, be good to yourself, be good to others, for we just do not know what part of their journey they're on. And the last thing I'm going to say is, I don't know what's going on in that girl's life for the tone that she had given me. I don't know what battle she's going through. So I did pray for her last night, and I continue to pray, because we only learn from things we have done. So it's okay. We're only human. So I love you, and we will see you tomorrow.